Jonathon RAKSHA has made custom pieces for Post Malone, Kanye West, Young Thug, Eazy, ASAP Ferg, Joey Badass, SmokePurpp. The list goes on and on. All right, so Jonathon's actually sitting down with me. This is the man who made me my own custom grills. I gotta thank you again. These things kick ass. You're the man.
Thank you, you're welcome.
And business is booming. Like I know you were just traveling Europe. What were you doing?
Yeah, I was just going around by train, having pop-up shops, meeting with clients, friends. It was dope.
Where'd you stop? Like,
I did Italy, Switzerland, Paris, London, Scotland.
this whole Grillz thing is global. Like you think it's just hip hop in like Atlanta maybe, or it was, and now it's just a whole global phenomenon.
Yeah, it's pretty wild. I've just been invited to Africa. I've been to Australia with it.
I love this.
Going.
So we're gonna be asking him a lot, like what's the catalyst that's like changed the whole marketplace? Everyone wants to get their own grill. Obviously these SoundCloud rappers have something to do with that, but I really wanna get your take on it. We're also gonna be looking at all these pieces you've made for these celebrities. You've brought in some of your icy stuff. So we've got a lot of stuff to get through in this video. But first and foremost, I wanna hear your story. I wanna know like where you came from, how you got into this. The floor is yours.
Okay, well, I went to school for jewelry design when I was about 20. I went to George Brown in Toronto, and I took a course to teach me how to make jewelry. So it's a jewelry fundamental course, how to make rings, how to make links, sort of how to melt gold, all the tools necessary to make jewelry. So that was a 3-year program, and about 2 years into the program, I saw Grillz were coming back into fashion and music a bit. They were coming into, music videos with A$AP Rocky, among other people. And I sort of saw a window in the Toronto market, and I felt like I could come in there and, sort of take over the city. So I created Toronto Grillz as my first project to make my skill available to people in Toronto. And that was my immediate goal, was just to start making grills for people in Toronto. And then
I find that to be, so like usually when you get people in the jewelry business, it's like third generation stuff.
Yeah,
like typically
very true.
you've been doing this forever. And then for a kid to come out of school, set up an Instagram page and have a booming business, congrats to you.
There's a lot of jewelers in the industry who have been brought into it by their family, and they kind of stumble with how to get a hold of the market and how to get attention from stars and whatnot. And I think, my stories vary from the ground up.
It's amazing. Now I read online a bit of your background. You're half Persian, you're half Scottish?
Yeah.
That's a very unique mix.
Yeah, my dad is from Iran, from Tehran, and his father's from Hamadan, and my mother's side of the family's from Scotland, from Johnston, which is near Glasgow.
Where did they meet? Like, it's so funny to me.
They met here. They met in Toronto, so this would be the place where they met, because it's so multicultural.
If anywhere in the world. Okay, so let's take a look at some of your stuff, because you were nice enough to bring in a bunch. You guys have seen my grills. If you haven't, you can go over to my Instagram for some close-up footage. But what we got this ring. Let me see this ring.
All right, so this is my personal ring, and I've only made one more of these since making this, and that was for Eazy.
Cool.
He ordered one in white gold, 14 karat. This particular ring is 18 karat rose gold. The diamond quality is VVS, which means very, very slightly included. An inclusion is an imperfection in the stone. The main stone size of this ring is 1.8 millimeter. For this top face, those are all 1.8 millimeters. And then there's this side area. The ring is iced out completely. The side area has 1.3 millimeters, and then it continues 1.8 the entire way around the back of the ring.
There's not a spot that doesn't have a diamond in it. And they like, how do you, to set those and to get the exact like size to fit into that little piece, it's like a serious talent.
Yeah, so my gem setter, I have a team of gem setters, and when you set stones into a ring, the first thing is you make marks, guidelines, and then you drill holes according to the guidelines, and then the stones are dropped into the holes, and metal is pushed over the edges of the stone in a way that the stone can't fall out. So most of the work done on a ring like this is planning. If it's all scribed out, drilled, and planned perfectly, then what you have is a perfect ring. But this ring, done by an average setter, would look quite poor, and it wouldn't achieve the same effect that this ring has.
Yeah, that is super flashy. And do you see G-Eazy like in a music video, or have you seen him like rocking it?
Yeah, I believe so. I believe he might have wore it in the Power video that just came out with Nef the Pharaoh, but I know he wore it on Jimmy Fallon and a few other things. I'd have to check back.
Crazy to me, man. And how does someone like G-Eazy get a hold of you? Is it the Instagram account?
No, G-Eazy in particular, I was invited to the Grammy after party for Chance the Rapper the year he won. I think it was 2016. And I had my grill on, and I saw G-Eazy at the bar. And my favorite rapper is Mac Dre, who's a San Francisco Bay Area legend. And I know how influenced G-Eazy is by Mac Dre because he's from San Francisco. So I saw him at the bar, and I'd been drinking champagne all night. Oh. So I went up to G, and I said to him, like, yo, like, bro, I want to make grills for you. I'm this jeweler from Toronto. Check out my grill. And I showed him my grill, and he was like, bro, I need that. Let me get your number. And I think I went up to his place in the hills like a few nights later, did his mold.
Wow. That is an unbelievable story, and it also gets us into the grills. You've brought in two here. These are yours, obviously, once you make, they're custom, right? Mm-hmm. Let's take a look at these bad boys.
So my grill, I made this a few years ago, and these are 18 karat white gold. Now, you might wonder what makes the carat different. So carat in gold is a measurement of gold content. So pure gold has 24 parts. 10 karat gold means that you have 10 of the 24 parts are pure gold and the rest are added materials, what are called alloys. So 18% gold, or 18 karat gold, is 75% gold. So it's a high gold content, which makes the gold a bit softer, and it's nicer for grills to be of a higher carat. So these are SI diamonds. SI diamonds. They're not the highest quality, but at the time, it sort of suited what I could afford. It's a few years ago. And yeah, it's a bottom 6, fully iced out, around $650 to $850 per tooth.
So that's the price? You're actually being open with the audience about the pricing? Mm-hmm. So how much was it? 600?
Yeah, it'd be $650 per tooth for SI, of this quality.
So that's more of like an entry-level kind of pricing point.
Yeah, it's sort of like the first level, the first grade of stone that I use starting up. I don't like to use a lower quality than SI.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And is this the one you were wearing when you met G-Eazy?
Yeah, this is my only bottom grill for now. I've got to make a new set sometime soon.
This is the one that started all of this. Now, when I do these top 5 grill videos, and that's how I found Toronto Grills. And I'm like, man, this guy is killing the game. And then to see that, like, I report on who made these and what I think they might have cost, but to see you hanging out with Post Malone, and how many grills have you made for Post?
Post 3 in total, 3 full sets, top 8, bottom 8.
Okay, so you've told me a bit of the backstory about meeting him, but you got to share it with the audience. When's the first time you met him?
Oh, meeting Post. So I remember I discovered Post around White Iverson, the song, and I thought he's got this lovable character. He's dope. I fuck with him. So I got an email from him, post@gmail.com. I'm coming to Toronto to perform, and I want to get a grill. I saw something you made for Manon. Manon is just one of my clients in New York. So Manon suggested me, and Post emailed me. So I said, as soon as you get off the plane, just come over to my shop. I had a little workshop. So, sure enough, he showed up before the show that day. We did his mold, and then a few hours later, we met up and went to his concert, which was his first show in Toronto. And
where was that? Was that Horseshoe or Crazy Horse? Was it small? Was it big?
Yeah, it was small. And I don't think it sold out either. In the backstage, it was only me, his girlfriend, his manager, and his bodyguard. That first time.
And what was the first grill he went for? It wasn't not the pink one. It was just...
No, the first grill he got from me is the grill he's wearing in the White Iverson video, which is top and bottom yellow gold, 18 karat, and on the tooth next to the canine on the inside, there's an Iverson logo. So you have to go to my Instagram to find that photo because you won't see it in the video. It's a small Allen Iverson logo, which we added last minute and gave it that real custom touch.
Ah, it's so incredible. So you guys have obviously kept in touch, and you're his go-to grill guy. Tell us about the other pieces you made for him.
Yeah, so the next piece that Posty got from me was just after Congratulations sort of took its huge spot on the charts.
Yeah.
And
That's when my mom found out about him.
Yeah.
Like, you know, everyone knows when my 65-year-old mother is going, I don't get it, but he's huge.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
That's when everyone was sort of, learned that he wasn't just a one-hit wonder and that he was a star. And he ordered from me top 8, bottom 8 diamonds, and he had it made in 18-karat rose gold, same as my ring.
Ooh, that's the one with the clip.
Yep.
Ooh, I try and do it, but I'm not as good.
And then we went with a VS1 VVS mix, which is like a high-quality mix between VS1 and VVS, and that's what you'll find in his classic diamond grill. That's the one that I think he wears most often, although he did lose the bottom 8.
Uh-oh. That's some fan out there. Well, that's something that'll resurface on Amazon, and he'll pay twice the price, but he'll get it back.
Yeah, or have it made again.
Yeah, well, either way it works.
We'll see.
All right, so we looked at your entry-level grill. Obviously, things have moved in the right direction. Business is booming, and you've spoiled yourself with an upgraded version. Or what's the second grill?
Yeah, so this is a bottom 8. This is iced out VS1 bottom 8, white gold, 14 karat. And this is about $1,000 per tooth. $8,000, you could take one of these home.
I like that.
Negotiable. $8,000 negotiable.
So right here we get to see the difference in quality of diamond.
Yeah, they're quite whiter and cleaner. The what makes a diamond whiter and cleaner is essentially just the lesser debris inside of the diamond. Lesser inclusions is the correct term. So these stones have far fewer inclusions than these SI diamonds, making them livelier, cleaner, and whiter.
So I just saw on the Toronto Girls Instagram page SmokePurpp's new set, both top and bottom. Were they similar to this?
The SmokePurpp's girls are closest to this ring, VVS. His stones are really, really nice white VVS.
And he shouted out, he said he's got over 20K in his mouth. Was that accurate?
Yeah, certainly. We won't get too accurate, but he's not lying.
Wow, that's crazy cool. All right, so let's move on to you've got a great chain on here and then bracelets as well. So let's have a look at these guys.
Yeah, so these are 14 karat white gold Cuban link bracelets. They're 8 millimeters thick, and they have 1.4 millimeter round diamonds. About 200 diamonds each bracelet. And I charge $5,000 for these. And I've sold quite a few now. Eazy has 2. He's got a white gold and a yellow gold. And pro skater Diego Najera bought one in rose gold. And they're pretty popular.
Can I pick up this one? I want to see the latch.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, these have a box catch, which is the mechanism for shutting them. It's a very safe catch. So you clip it in, and then you have these 2 additional safety catches to keep the bracelet from falling off.
Oh, that's brilliant. So they're working against each other. They're not going anywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, that's nice. Cuban link.
Yep.
Yeah. Man.
Very popular chain these days.
Yeah,
Here's the necklace.
You can also get Cuban link grills, right? That's just a style.
I invented that style.
Yeah?
Yeah, I was the first to do that. And then shortly after, I saw it on Chris Brown. He had some other jeweler make it, and it didn't really come out good at all. A bunch of my customers were telling me "Oh, he should have came to you," blah blah blah. But
this is such good insider
for
info.
the record, Cuban link grill is a RAKSHA original design.
Okay, our top 5 video that we're filming together, we haven't filmed it yet, but I'm actually making him look at that Chris Brown Cuban link grill. So now I'm just excited to see what else you have to say.
Yeah.
Okay, really super cool, obviously. And then you got my grills here. So do a lot of people go for the double set?
Dub caps.
Yeah.
Yeah, they are quite popular. They were more popular a few years ago, I'd say. A lot of girls would get them, and they'd ask for the roses to be cut out. But yeah, here and there we'll make dub caps. We'll do diamond dub caps.
Right. See me, I was a little like hesitant. I'm like, I don't know if I'm no Post Malone. So I was like, maybe this will be like a step into this kind of lifestyle. And immediately like the thrill it gives you, the excitement, the accessory, like I'm going to weddings and I've got this story to tell and I'm embracing this culture that I've immersed myself in, man. I've never bought myself something that expensive. So it's been a really, really cool like journey. And anyone who's interested, obviously you gotta check out Toronto Grillz. We have all the links down below. Okay, I wanna talk about Kanye West. Cause not a lot of people get to meet Kanye West. How did that happen? And what did you make for him?
Well, when I met him, it was a different occasion when I made something from him. I met him at an after party for OVO Fest a few years ago. We were waiting to get into Soho House, and the people had told us, that's it, nobody else is allowed in. I'm sorry, we won't let you in. And we were the next people to be in. So everyone was like, come on, let us in, da-da-da, because I think Travis Scott was inside, and Virgil was in there, a few other people. And I looked to my left, and Kanye West was standing there with Kevin Durant. So immediately, I said, Kanye, and like gave him like a 5 like that. And then I slapped Kevin Durant. He's like 8 feet tall, so I had to like, reach up for his handshake. And then the lady opened the door for Kanye and Kevin, and then my friend took the cue and really went in right after.
For sure.
Yay, and I followed, and the door was shut right behind us. And the jewelry, I had made a necklace that said, I feel like Pablo, right after his album dropped. And I posted it on Twitter, and I said, Kanye, I made this for Kim. Call me. It's $500. And he didn't call me, but a friend of mine, White Trash Tyler, who's a videographer for Travis, saw it and showed Kanye's assistant, or his stylist at the time. I'm not sure which it was. The stylist reached out. He said, I would like the necklace to say Pablo only. Remake it, please, and I'll buy it for $500 for Ye as a birthday gift. So I did that. I sent it and forgot about it. And a week or two later, I saw it on the cover of Harper's Bazaar magazine. Kanye had wore it on the cover.
Wow. You really hit the nail on the head when it was a piece he wanted to show off to the world like that.
It was cool.
That's a big publication.
The timing was right. It was just one of those ideas I came up with, and the timing was perfect. If I were to have made a Pablo chain now, wouldn't be fitting. But this was just right after the album had dropped. The branding was, everyone was buying the t-shirts with Pablo everywhere.
Yeah,
so.
remember. That is brilliant. Mm-hmm. And you're so smart and social media savvy. Like, people that have been in this game for 300 years can't clue into what you've just figured out. That's really impressive stuff. Okay, I also came up, I was just going around online. We were doing all these grills and chain. We also do the chain series. But I'm kind of starting to notice that people can make anything icy, right? Like, I found this video online. It's of Chris Brown. And he went out of his way to make his ankle monitor for house arrest.
Yeah, it's dope. I thought of the idea actually before. I thought it was I thought of it for Kodak Black, but never couldn't get to him or bring the idea up. I think it's dope.
How much would something like that cost?
Iced out ankle monitor. I mean, that thing has to probably require at least 1,000 or 1,200 diamonds at least. I mean, judging from how it looks, I wouldn't produce it for under 15,000.
Wow. Yeah. Well, they're not doing much during all that time. They're just gonna be putting some music out or working in the studio. So
it's quite a bit of stone setting. A lot of the labor goes towards stone setting, and yeah.
I also found this video on your Toronto Grillz account. This beautiful girl rocking a bottom set.
Cheese.
I remember her.
She's a customer?
Yeah, she got a bottom 8, 14 karat.
So you were saying a lot, like there are girls buying grills. That's what I wanted to know. That like women are getting in on this as well?
Yeah, they have been from the start. Some of my best customers are women. In fact, my best customer is a woman from Vancouver. Yep, she got diamond grills for her wedding. Shout out Marzi.
I love this. Okay, so then the last question really is, like, you obviously jumped on this when the explosion of Grillz becoming so popular again, do you have any idea like what caused this? Like, do you know, like what's your theory?
I mean, Grillz have always been a thing in hip hop, and in the South they never went away. So even though there's been ups and downs in the South, in Florida, in Texas, it's always been a thing. So I mean, during 2014, 13, when I got into it, they were coming back into the forefront with A$AP Rocky, I believe. I think he was the real
Influencer.
driving force, because when he did the Multiply video and broke out with those diamond grills in that video, everybody was talking about that for weeks and weeks. And I remember it was the beginning of Ice coming back in Teeth, because at the time nobody, I don't think, was rocking the iced out teeth.
Yeah.
And now it's become like a rite of passage in hip hop to be a young rapper. You get the check, you get the chain, you get the iced out teeth, cars. It's just a part of it.
Yeah. I also think, you know, the internet's opened up so many opportunities. Both of us have built businesses that way. So, and then we're connected to each other so quickly. So all of a sudden, like Post Malone, if he had to walk into like some old guy's jewelry shop, it's not cool anymore. You wouldn't bother doing it. But like someone like you's accessible. You're bumping shoulders with Ye, and like in Toronto, the way you're.
I fly in and out for my customers. If they need what they need in time and the budget's correct, I fly in, take the molds, fly out, drop it off. That's just part of the experience. I do post mold in his living room, and you know, meet G at his crib and meet people in the studio. I met Thug in the studio, dropped it off at a different studio. It's wherever I need to be.
I love it. And it was a really cool experience. I've done this firsthand. I'm sure you're gonna get a few inquiries from people watching this video. They're gonna be knocking on your door. You're a busy guy though, right? There's a lot happening at once.
Busy, yeah. I just got an assistant to help manage the inquiries and the emails so we can be more efficient and take everyone's order despite budget. You know, a $500 order is just as valuable as a $5,000 order to us. So just getting everything in place so that we can be efficient.
Super cool. Okay, I think we're gonna wrap this one up, but I know how busy you are, but these videos have become very popular for us on our channel, and it really helps to get some insight from an expert when we're talking about cost and you know, I don't know all the details that go into making these things. So hopefully we can continue getting you some help from you, because who knows this stuff better than you. And thanks so much for coming by.
Thank you.
Thank you, bro. This is great.